The Adventures of Joe and Jim. Sharing is Caring by Vanessa Delia,
Alma Mejorado,
Eunice Fortuna,
Abigail Perez,
and Sandra Herrera.
Once upon a time, in the deep jungles of South America, there was a monkey named Jim. Jim was always in search of bananas, but this particular day, he was having a hard time finding one. Suddenly, he saw his friend Joe, a few trees away, struggling to carry 6 bunches of bananas home. Jim's mouth began to water as he imagined the sweet taste of the bananas. So Jim runs towards Joe and politely asks,
Joe, can I please have one of your bananas? They look so delicious and I'm starving.
Joe exclaims,
No, you can't have any of my bananas. I worked all morning to gather them.
Jim replies,
But you have 6 bunches. Couldn't you spare one banana, please?
Billy the panda overhears Joe and Jim's conversation, so he decides to go and help. Billy says,
Howdy guys, what seems to be the problem?
Jim answers,
I'm starving and been looking for bananas all morning, and Joe doesn't want to share.
Joe states,
But I worked hard for these bananas.
Billy the panda says,
You have 6 bunches. You can share at least one.
Joe replies,
All right, I'll give him one banana, but he has to help me carry the rest of the bananas back to my treehouse.
Jim thought that was a good deal, so he helped Joe pick up the bananas and carry them back to Joe's treehouse. Jim, Joe, and Billy walked back to Joe's treehouse, and when they arrived, Joe saw how hard Jim had worked helping him carry his bananas. So he gave Jim a bunch of the bananas instead of just one banana.
Thank you.
Said Jim as he happily skipped away. Billy turned to Joe and said,
What you did for Jim was mighty kind. I'm proud of you for choosing to share your hard-earned bananas with Jim.
As Joe turned to go back to his treehouse, he smiled, feeling proud of himself.
The end.